Welcome everybody to the Paintball Lounge, the voice of Louisiana Paintball, sponsored by Carbon Paintball. If you want the best gear in the game, go to carbonpaintball.com. But if you're in the Louisiana area and you want to go buy any kind of gear, any type, doesn't have to be carbon, you go to Pelican Paintball in Metairie. But if you want to go play the field in Slidell, go to LA Extreme Paintball. Mandeville, you go to Paintball Command. But if you're in the Baton Rouge area, go to Guerrilla Warfare. But if you're in the city of New Orleans, I recommend going to NOLA Paintball. Those are the best facilities in Louisiana Paintball. And please like this video, subscribe to our channel, share the podcast to your friends and family, and let's get started. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Paintball Lounge. And today, that was gonna happen. Today we got a very, very happy. This popper will not go down. Very happy video we got going on today. So right now we're doing a comparison video of 3 hoppers. We got the Spire V, the Control 2. We'll put this Control 2 right here so you can see it, and the brand new Carbon DRV hopper. And we're going to compare these hoppers to, price point, as well as, I'm not going to go by weight because I don't have a scale, but, mostly I can just tell between like when we have paint on here and everything. And the gun we're going to be using is a CS3 regular with the carbon nano tip on it, so we can give a feel if it's light or is it heavy. So let's start with the new Carbon DRV. This is the team edition. I got this from Pelican Paintball here in Louisiana. Shout out to you guys for giving me this. But I have to shout out to Carbon Paintball for stepping up their game and going to the carbon world. This is the team edition. So I think that you can call this is the beta edition of it. I don't have a camera guy, so please be mindful. I'm using a tripod, y'all. So what I think about this, it's pretty heavy. I think it's heavy, but the features of this is that it comes with a LED screen right here, for one. That's a big cool idea that they put this LED screen right here. If you can see my index finger, supposed to do playtime, knowing with your battery. The lock lid, if you can see my 2 fingers right here, my 2 fingers go right here, pinch this right here, and pops up. So of course, this is a from what I've heard, that this hopper is made for speed and is made for 15 balls per second. We might test that, but we may not. I do not know. Another thing is this: if you pull it, push this tab right here where my middle finger is, right here. Push this tab right here, and the tray will come out. It's a rechargeable 186050 battery right here. If y'all can figure where my fingers are, that's what I'm pointing at. So right here is your 186050 battery. I've heard that this thing can come off, and then you can put a new battery in it. But I don't recommend doing it at home. I recommend doing it with somebody who knows this stuff, because you don't want to pinch a wire, and then you're gonna be out for a hopper. Price point, this is retail for $300. I think if you join the team program for Carbon, you can get these still for like $169 or something like that if you're on the team program, which you have to be on a team. But I think these are retail for now like $300, and I can see why this is $300, because it's you get the chargeable battery and the hard case. It still comes with a speed feed. It still comes with a rain lid. Downside of it is just how heavy it is, but I can understand because the LED screen and the rechargeable battery. That's why. They also have to charge it. You got a USB-C and another one for a micro. So there's 2 chargers. I think one of it is for the upgrading, or yes, for upgrade or charging the actual battery, and one's just for the OLED screen. I just got this, so I'm still gonna tinker it and everything. But by the looks of it, I'm digging it. I know they just came out with 7 different colors. I think it's like 8 different colors. So this is just a team program one. I really don't care for the colors that much. I'm not a big fan of color hoppers that much. I mean, I can't say that because I have the Spire one, Spire 5, but you know, for for this to be the beta, I can see what they're trying to go for. So that's why they just did like, their actual, color, which is black and orange. These fingers, if you can look, if you zoom in ever, if you can. So the fingers are a little bit different. From what I've heard is that this is actually compatible with Spire's speed feed. So let's just take this control hopper, the control 2. This is the HK one, by the way. If I can, yeah. Oh, yeah, this thing is like snuggled in there. There we go. So I think this is universal. I think, let's see. Yeah, it fits. So you can put your Spire hopper on there, but in my and it does kind of look slimmer. I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of looks weird with it in my book. But yeah, it comes right off. So that one, I don't think the HK Army one is gonna fit on it. So let's try the Spire. Let's try the Spire one. This is the Gen. I think this is the Crown 3 because it has the shark fin looking one. So let's see. Yeah. So the Crown by virtue can fit on there. So I guess all the Crown version, like the Bunkerking, but it does give it that little slick kind of like lump right here. Now I don't like how when you're changing the thing, this little tab, if you ever get one, or there's a little tab, if you can find my finger, it pops up when you're changing the lid, when you're changing these the speed feeds or rain lid. It does come with a rain lid, by the way. So I feel like this is just, it fits like as it is because this is their product, and you know I'm still gonna mess with it a little bit, see what it's all about. Push this button right here to turn it on. Logo says Carbon, and you can hear it through the mic. See, it's trying to speed it. Right now it's at 20%, 25% battery. It's If you put your finger here, it's trying to force it. I think it's kind of forcing it a little bit. Does tell your game time, which I think is kind of cool. That is pretty neat to have a game time. Let's go and turn this off. I'm still gonna mess with it a little bit of it so I can know, like, hey, if this is made for speed. So, like I said, we're not gonna do it by weight or anything, but if you take these two hoppers together, you could tell that this one is much heavier than this one. So my thing is, like, it's bulky. Another thing is that the carbon hopper is very bulky. Is a very bulky hopper than the Spire 5, which is much sleeker. If you can tell, if you can see and can tell by the appearance of it. You probably get a more close-up video when we do some shooting. But it's just a little bit more bulkier and heavier in a way. So it's just, I think it's a great hopper. And we already know about the Bunkerkings and the Control 2, I mean, and the Spire 5. what I don't like, let's talk about the cons. I mean, the cons about it is that so far what I have with the carbon is that this carbon, like I said, it's a little heavy, it's a little bulky. The Spire 5 is sleeker. I don't think I have any problems with it. And the Control 2, well, problems I have with Control 2 is that the fact that it does, this lid does come off in my book. It does come off in my book because if you don't get this right, it will come off. So, but, you know, this comparison video is based off like, how how the hoppers feel with the gun. Because it doesn't matter which kind of gun you have, it could be any kind of gun. If it doesn't feel great on the hands or anything, then it's not right for you. So we'll be right back, just a minute, and we're gonna start shooting these this with CS3, these hoppers, see if they are good. All right, y'all. So we're back, and so here's the CS3, and first we're shooting is the new Carbon DRV. And so how does it feel with the gun and everything? It's still heavy. It's still heavy. I feel like this thing is like really heavy. So if you're trying to do your drills and everything, this is a heavy hopper. It means sleek and everything, but it feels kind of heavy. But then again, I'm using an 80. So, I mean, it's very sleek. I'm not going to argue with that. So let's turn on this bad boy on and let it rip. Gun on. Gassed up. Hopper on. Let's get ripped. Like I said, it's just heavy. Like it's very heavy. I mean, yeah, we got like two. I mean, for it to be like, it's just heavy. I mean, in my opinion, like I said, this is just my opinion about this video and everything and the comparison video. It's just very hefty. I'm not gonna lie, but it's a good hopper. I'm not gonna lie, it's very sleek. But if you're shooting like an 80 like I do, this not maybe the hot like setup for you. But it's a great hopper. I'm not gonna lie. Now, now we're gonna do the Spire. Spire 5. Oh, bolts on jam in there. It's lightweight. The Spire 5 is a little bit more lightweight in my book because it doesn't have that OLED, that old, that, it doesn't have that screen on it. It doesn't have that screen whatsoever, but I think it's more lightweight and everything. So if you're playing speedball, in my book, I go with the Virtue. But this is like I am sponsored by Carbon, and I like Carbon. I like this. I'm not gonna lie, Carbon is doing a great idea with this hopper and everything. I'm not hating on it. Carbon, if you're watching this, I think you need to be a little bit more lighter on the hopper, like the build quality, so it is a little bit, lighter to hold, especially with guys who have big tanks like I do. All right, this is the control hopper. Now, before I continue, the control hopper has the 20 plus lid. This is the 20 plus lid. So I think it also fits any kind of control hopper, the version 2. But, I just don't, my book is just way bulky. Look how bulky this is. It's very bulky. if you can see how bulky it is. It doesn't, like, I just don't like how bulky it is. But I'm not gonna say anything bad about it. I mean, I think that the Control 2, the Spire 5, and the Carbon one are really great hoppers. I mean, I think they're just really great hoppers. All three of these are really great hoppers, and it depends on what you play. So for me, you know, me being the back player that I am, but also I play more rec ball and woods ball because it's just more fun in my book. But I do recommend like all three of these hoppers. But if you want to spend like $300 and you get a nice casing, so you're not spending a lot of money, and you're worried about battery life, because I know that all hot guns are different with batteries, especially, you know, you got one with double A's, double A's, triple A, and then the Spire 5 is a triple A, and the carbon, this carbon one is like rechargeable. So it's all personal preference. But I would probably be using this. If I'm going to be using like for speedball, I would probably use the Spire 5, to be honest with you. But if I'm going to play woods ball and rec ball, I'll probably be using this because of the fact that you don't need to be snap shooting, you don't need to be running and gunning and everything. And so DRV, I think is a great thing, especially you get the hard case. You know, and you get the rechargeable battery. So you're getting a lot bang for your buck. You really are getting a lot. You're paying a lot of money, but you're getting a good, really great features, especially since the speed feed is universal. So with of course with the Spire brand, but I don't know if it is going to be for the HK one, but you know, highly recommend it. I highly recommend any of these three hoppers, and I hope y'all enjoy this video and get an idea that, you know, which hopper you want to go with. Now, another thing is this, guys, it depends on the size of your tank, because tank can weigh you down a little bit. I like to hold my tank like this because the fact that it feels like an AR and I have more control of it. But it's all personal preference. It's all personal preference and how you do it and how you want to spend your money and everything. So I wanted to give a shout out to Pelican Paintball for, you know, letting me purchase this DRV. And I want to give out to Carbon Paintball, who are a sponsor of the Paintball Lounge. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment down below which hopper you think is better, the Spire 5, the Control 2, or the Dye LTR, or the new Carbon DRV. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see y'all tomorrow at Command. We're going to be playing with the mechanical frame, the Ether 3M, with this bad boy all day. So I'll catch y'all in the next video. Have a good day.